YouTube Rando here. It's going to be more of a rant video than anything. So I get, some curse words might come out. If so, I apologize before I even start the video. It might happen because I'm a little irked. So I'll try to watch my language. I don't want to offend anybody, you know what I mean? A lot of my subs are, good God-fearing people, and they don't like to hear curse words. And for you guys, you might just want to click off the video now because this is going to be a rant. It's not going to be a how-to video or something like that. Stop. Go. So my wife, I bought her a little Honda Civic some time back. I'm a mechanic. I always come across good deals, broken cars. I fix them cheap and drive them for a little while and then end up selling. Well, the wife came to me. We've done that for years, and she came to me a couple months ago and told me, look, I want a new vehicle. I want something brand new, something that, nobody else has driven around, something that's not going to tear up easy, something that we can take care of. You can do the maintenance on it, and we know it'll last us a long time. Okay, so we go to the car lot. She picks out a 2017 Nissan Versa Note, brand new car, beautiful car. They're not really beautiful, but good little gas saver. And so I bought her the car. We're making payments on it, of course, but I'm not going to go pay $25,000 cash for a car. But so we're making payments on it, got full coverage, all that jazz. About 2 weeks ago, she calls me while she's at work, and she said, hey, my key fell off my key ring and I can't find it. Car, can't find the key anywhere. Well, luckily they gave me the spare key to it, so I had the key. So I went up there, gave her the key, started the car. She brought it home. She's been driving back and forth work since then, and been driving back and forth and to work and everywhere else. So we thought she lost the key. Honest mistake. It happens. And today she goes to work. She goes to work about, she said she was out there at about noon, about 12:50. She was out in the car. Gets out the car, goes inside, comes back out at 1:10, and the car is gone. Some bitch done stole it. And it's really screwed up because now we know he stole the key. So he went into the cash register. The keys were hanging out the cash register, and he yanked the key off the keychain. So we don't have footage of the son of a bitch still in the car because he got into the car. He was smart. When he walked in front of the camera, he hit his face. He wasn't dumb. He's done this before. He got in the car, stole the car, and jumped the curb to get it out of the parking lot so he wouldn't have to drive it back in front of the store, because there's only one way out of the parking lot, and you got to drive by the camera. So he jumped the curb and hauled ass on me. Well, called the cops. Cops come out. Cops tell us that it's a sting going down right now. They're working on it. They're still in these cars, and they're hiding them out. And then whenever they go do their robbery, they do them in your car. Well, the car's reported stolen, so it's not going to come back on me. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. But the son of a bitch stole my hand tools. I always keep a toolkit in all my vehicles, and that's what pisses me off more than anything is my little get home kit. And my tools were all in the back of the car, man. And then I'm an auto technician. I buy expensive tools. They're not cheap Craftsman, whatever, Stanley tools. I buy Mac, I buy SK, I buy Snap-on, Blue Point. I buy expensive tools. So he got me for a lot of tools, and that's what pisses me off. But I'm hoping that he takes them tools down to the pawn shop and tries to pawn them, because my initials for my business, not my personal name, but my business name, is engraved in all the wrenches on the inside where you can barely see it. So if he's not looking at where you turn the wrench, they're not going to see those. And if I see my wrenches in there in a pawn shop, and I know where the markings are at, and I can prove it, I can show them, look, the markings are on the inside where the wrench goes on the bolt, the opened end, not the boxed end. So if we can find out who pawned them, then we can find out who stole the car. But now my wife's back up at work right now, going through the surveillance footage, going through the day she lost the key, and hoping she can get footage of the guy actually stealing the key, so we know who stole the car and we can turn his ass in. It just pisses me off. What's the world coming to? I was just getting ready to do a video on the new car, the new bug out car. You can see the bug out truck right there. It's all screwed up. It don't run anymore. it needs work. I got to do some work to it. No big deal. But I was getting ready to show the new bug out car. I was excited. We were going to do all kinds of stuff to it and lift the trunk area up a little bit so we can have some storage in there and store some really cool stuff. And I'm glad I didn't do all that now, because it would have just ended up missing. But like I said, he did get my tool kit out of the car, and he got my my get home kit out of the car, which, you know, had a blade in it, of course, a little fire kit, things like that. You know, same thing all get home bags have in them. So that just pisses me off more than anything. And now I don't know if insurance is going to cover the car or not. I think they're going to try to protest it, because he didn't have to steal the car. He stole the key and then stole the car. You know, that should have been, as soon as the key came up missing, we should have went and had the ignition changed. I'm not stupid. I'm from around here. I know how people do things. I know how things go. Even if they find a set of lost keys and they can press a button and find out where the car is, they'll steal it. So that's just the way things are. I should have immediately went and changed out the ignition, and I didn't. But again, I thought she lost the key. You know, we thought maybe the key just came off the key ring somehow. You know, one of those things that happens. It's a keyless entry key, so it's a large key. It's got a big black box on the end of it. So that's what he did, is he stole it and then figured out what car it went to and just waited. And because I've been taking the car, I've been dropping her off at work and using the car to save gas. Like I said, it gets great gas mileage, so I've been driving it around while she's at work. And I have to work. I've been driving it because I've been having to drive out of town for work a little bit lately. So I was trying to save gas. The one day she takes the car, and there was an eyewitness, watched the guy get off a bus, cross the street with his buddy, and then they separated, and one went behind the store and one went in front of the store. And she said she sat there and watched them, looked the car up and down, and she just didn't think anything about it. So she left, and whenever she seen the cops there, she came back. She was passing by when the cops were there, and that's how she was like, well, look, man, I seen somebody get off the bus. They were checking out the car. So the cops showed her the security footage, and she was like, yeah, that's the guy that got off the bus. So maybe they can look back at the bus security and see the guy or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully he gets caught, because if he goes around, you know, they stole somebody else's car, same MO, same everything, and the guy found his car. So, all right, give me a minute. So when he approached the car, they shot him. So there's some thug motherfuckers, and I know I'm not gonna fucking approach the car. Sorry again, but I am going to. If I find the car, I'm gonna follow him. You know what I mean? I have my pistol. If he jumps out and starts shooting at me, I'm gonna shoot his ass. But I'm gonna follow the car and call the cops and tell them, hey, here's where the car is. That's what she told us to do. The officer said, do not approach the car. Just stay at a safe distance. If they're driving, follow them. Don't let them know you're following them. Don't get right on them or anything. And call us and be on the phone with us the whole time. And she gave me her personal card so I could call her personally, and, you know, she could take care of things. So hopefully they find it. We'll update you guys and let you know how things are going. Not so good today so far, so we'll let you know further down the road what happens if they find it or something. We'll do an update. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube, and thanks for listening to me vent.